What's going on YouTube? It's your man San from the UnMasked channel. Guys, I'm back. You know, the daily struggle for me is actually back issues, and you know, we're not going to go ahead and get into that, but you know, this is going to be my part 2 of the HiRise image that I had last put out. Now, I did find so many anomalies in the photo that I really needed to make a part 2. So this is the original image that we already dealt with, and we already know that NASA actually puts a lot of blur on it, and they're concealing so much of, you know, whatever's here. Guys, like I said the last video, I did not have enough time to go ahead and point all of them out, so that's the reason why I'm creating this video. I'm giving you guys the part 2. Many people have requested it, so let's go ahead and get into it. I am not going to go ahead and make this video too long, but I do want to point out a lot of the anomalies that I did not cover in the last video. So we already know my adjustments. I already went and desaturated, and I ran it through the Sharpener Pro, and that is the Google Nick collection for the adjustments. And I actually did another I flipped it horizontally, but I flipped it back, but we're going to go ahead and do that a little bit later. But I did go ahead and take my brush and ran over the areas of interest that I wanted to go over. Now, the last time we pointed out this guy down here, which was really cool. It looks like an actual thing that's laying on the surface, but there is just so much more to cover in this photo, and we're going to go ahead and get into it. It may look like a blotchy mess right now, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you that there is so much more in this photo that we need to go over. So let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to go ahead and zoom in too much, but like I said, the last time I did miss a lot of the anomalies, like this one for instance. This is a perfect rectangular, I guess you want to say a depression in the floor, and like I said, guys, this is probably more along the lines of you know, like a devastated area that was, you know, blown apart or blown to shreds. But there is a lot to cover in this thing. There is so much to go over, and like I says, if we take a look here, you can actually see a long rectangular depression. Then you have another long rectangular depression with it. There's a lot of stuff in there, guys, and I don't know what to say it is, because guys, like I said before, and I'll say it again, this is Mars. We have no idea what these things are. Look at this thing, for instance. You got like a circular shaped thing here, and it actually looks like it's protruding out of the ground. Okay, this was anomalous to me because this looks like something that was excavated. Okay, and that was one here, one depression there. You actually have another depression here, and you can actually see the wall here, but there is just like so much junk in here. It is just really amazing. And in this photo, NASA covers up a lot of stuff, like perfect. Like I said, you got one rectangular depression, you have another rectangular depression, and you notice that along the whole photo, as you can see right here, you actually have one 90-degree angle, another 90-degree angle, and like I said, guys, this is probably a devastated area that's like ruins. God knows how old this stuff is, but it is here, guys. And you know the way I do things, I don't mess around with the photos. All I did was sharpen it and take away the color information, and look at what we have. This is the original photo. You really cannot tell that there is anything there at all. So let's go ahead and finish getting into this. Look at all the stuff that's here. I think I did cover this one in the last video. You have like another long rectangular thing here, but look on the inside of the wall here. It actually looks like it's got like a circle or a cylindrical mark in the wall, and you can see that the top of this wall actually looks like it has a rim. And on the side here, I think the last time I spoke about this, you could see that there are a lot of things. These could be piping. This could be piping. This could be a lot of things that we still don't understand, because like I said, guys, this is Mars. Look at this wall here that that comes straight out like this, and it actually, you could see a lot of depressions in there. You could see a lot of patterns. You could see, check this thing out for instance. Look, you got something that goes off this wall, comes straight down, all the way down, and then comes to a perfect circle here on the bottom. Who knows what these things got? Who knows what these things are, guys? But guess what? This photo is loaded with stuff, and as you can see, I just pointed this out. This kind of looks like a big like a spoon or something, but who knows? Like I said, we don't get scale from NASA. And you want to know something really crazy? You actually have that pattern right here, but check this out. Along the way down here, you also have that another rectangular depression, and in my opinion, guys, this is a devastated ruin area. Okay, you can see now you have that one pattern right here, but check it out, you also have it down here, and you have something that comes straight and then actually curls up. So you know what I mean? Like, this could be like firsthand what we're looking at here. It could be something, a civilization that was all devastated. I mean, look at all the patterns here. You got something that comes straight up, you have something that comes all the way up. This actually looks like some kind of a monument or something, because look, you have one end that comes straight up here, it actually comes up. You have another side on, you actually have on the other side here something that's in a ball shape that comes up this way. You have one depression and two depression here, guys. And like I said in the first video, this photo is loaded with stuff. Look at this, and here we go again. Another rectangular depression here. These look like gullies. Like, if you ever seen like a documentary on the excavation of ancient Egypt, you actually look like, you know, it actually looks like these are ruins that have been excavated. Who knows if, you know, this is the way it has been, or if something is still going on this planet right now. We don't know. There's a lot of, you're going to notice a lot of patterns. You're going to notice a lot of circular depressions, rectangular depressions, and in my opinion, guys, a rectangular depression or a 90-degree angle is, in my opinion, is formed by intelligent life. I mean, one time, all right, it's a coincidence, but the second and the third, you got one, you have two, you have three. I mean, it's just too coincidental to be a natural formation, guys. I mean, that's pretty much all I can say. This whole area, look at this. This on the side of the mountain here, you have some type of carvings that are coming down, and you can see maybe this is like an industrial area. You just don't know, because like I said in the beginning of the video, and I keep saying it, we don't have any kind of scale when it comes to NASA. They don't give us any scale. Look at this. You have a wall pattern that comes straight up and comes around. You have so many things here, guys. Like I said, I can go on this photo for days and days and days. Okay, this was that center area, which I'm gonna actually go ahead and flip it to show you it actually looks like something different. And the more you enhance this photo, the more you're actually gonna pull out. Look at this thing for argument's sake. You have something here that's got, you notice on Mars has some, some parts coming off of it that go up, and right angles are everywhere. Now this whole area right here I'd like to get into, because this actually looks like some sort of like a layered sediment that would actually have like living quarters or something like that. But look, you have 90-degree angles here, 90-degree angles here, another 90-degree angle. I mean, guys, if you want to check this photo out, I will link this photo, and I will post this photo to my Google Plus page, and you guys can go check it out for yourself. And you can see that no matter where you look in this photo, you are going to find stuff. And you know what? It's very hard to believe that this stuff is actually here on Mars. And it may, like I says, it may look like a bunch of blotchy mess here, but I'm going to go ahead and show you something. I'm just going to add just a little bit of blur to get rid of that sharpness that I actually did, because like I says, all you need to do is take the sharpener tool and just run it over the area. And like I says, the more you mess with it, the more stuff comes out, and it's just simply amazing to me. And I've gotten a great response from you guys from the first part of this video, and I actually needed to make another part because there's just stuff everywhere. You have like an area here, which I actually pointed out. This actually looks like something that was sticking up out of the ground. You have a hole here, and there's just like an area that is just loaded with stuff. So now I'm going to go ahead and take my dodge tool here, and I actually set it to 50%, and I actually set the tones to mid-tones. And let's see if we could pull stuff out. All you have to do is just run around it and click it, and it will lighten up the area a little bit. Like I said, There's so much in this photo, and the dodge tool for me, it actually just makes you look, it makes you peer into the dark areas that you would not see. And as you can see here, it does get lighter, and if you ever wanted to like just get rid of some of the shadows, the dodge tool is actually a very cool, useful tool that will brighten up your shadows, brighten up all the dark areas in your photo. So like I said, I did go ahead and put a little bit of a pink area here to just note that I think, in my opinion, guys, I mean, Mars is inhabited. It has to have been, because look at all this. You have a lot of wall areas, and like I said, it reminds me of like ancient Egypt, that you have all these areas that needed to be excavated. Like, check this whole out. This is a whole, like I said, NASA said this is a landslide, but look at this big, tremendous wall, right? It comes straight all the way down. You have another wall here that comes straight out. You have a lot of things that, guys, I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Look at this thing. It comes straight up. It's got holes in it, and you can see right here that it's actually casting a shadow. So it's not a trickery of light. You know what I mean? Check this thing out as well. Like I said, I have so much. This photo is just so loaded with stuff. You have that rectangular object that has holes in it, and like I said, guys, we don't know what it is. We'll probably never know what it is until we get disclosure from NASA or the government. You know what I mean? And check it out. I mean, like I said, guys, this photo is loaded. You have all these type of weird shapes that are not image artifacts. They are not JPEG artifacts. And look, it is completely gone, and all NASA does, and you know, they just throw a little bit of a blur on it, and it just throws you off so much. You take away the color information, and you could see what we're really pulling out here. You know what I mean? Like, look at this, for instance. This looks like, I keep saying it, it looks like a devastated area. You got something that comes, looks like it's got a little bit of a wall and comes curving off to the side. You actually have down here, this to me actually looks like a bunch of, like a wall of carved faces. You can see it right here. It looks like you have a crack in the side here, and there's that circular thing I was talking about, and this one took the cake for me. That was just a perfect, like, devastated building. Look at all these things just forking off, coming straight down. You have all these shapes that come up and around, and it's really simply just amazing to me, guys. Look at all of this stuff that's here. You have something that comes off and circular, you know, it's circular with a hole in the middle. Like, guys, we really don't know what these things are, because like I said before, guys, this is Mars. You will never ever figure it out unless, like I said, we get some kind of disclosure. Now check this out. I just uncovered this. Just ran the sharpen tool. Notice that my cursor is really big because I make the pointer big so I can point things out for you guys. But look at this. Perfect triangular shape right here. You got 1, 2, 3 sides. You have a lot of things in here. Look at this. You got 1 hole, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes, and then you have all these shapes here that just make me believe that this is some kind of devastated area. And like I said, guys, I can go on and on and on. You have another triangular shape up here. You have another one that goes straight up, and you have 3 perfect sides on this side. You have something. It's just really amazing to me that, you know, these things are actually here, and it really just boggles my mind to know that it's just being covered up. I mean, I just watched the show on Sci-Fi, you know, about the ancient aliens on the moon, and man, am I ever convinced. You know what I mean? Like, we go through these things, we do this photo enhancement, and it just confirms our suspicions. You know what I mean? It's just that to know that we are not alone in this universe just makes me want to do this more, and I know that you guys appreciate what I do, and you know, I'm trying to make my videos, I'm trying to make them often, but guys, I do struggle with tremendous back pain. Plus, I'm a father, I have kids, so it's really hard sometimes for me to make my videos. But let's go ahead and examine this photo further. Look at all of this stuff that you have up here. Now, I know I get a lot of comments from trolls saying, alright, well, it's just rocks, and you know what, you're entitled to your opinion, so I'm not even going to bother wasting my time. If you're not interested in what I do on this channel, please click it off and go somewhere else. I don't even know why you're watching the video, but that's besides the point. I have my supporters that actually help, you know, they give me good feedback, and I'm down for a good debate. any time of the day, any day of the week. So, you know, if you want to talk to me intelligently, then I'll be more than happy to reciprocate to you. But look at all of this stuff, guys. It's really shocking and amazing. And like I said it before, and I said it again, I'll say it again. It reminds me of ancient Egypt, like all these structures and all these things that are just here waiting to be excavated, but we can't excavate it until we get foot on this planet. And that's just as simple as it is. Like I says, you have too many right angles, too many 90-degree angles to make me believe that this is just natural occurrences. You have this perfectly looped shaped item that comes straight up this way. You have that same type pattern that comes down and scoops off to the left. You have all these, check it out, all these little things here that are just anonymous in shape, you know, and it's just really ridiculous that, you know, this is the truth that, you know, that's being dealt to us. And, you know, for Christ's sake, it looks like, you know, like housing or some type of ancient ruined buildings. You know what I mean? So, like I said, there's so much in this photo that I can cover. And like I said, I don't want to run off the video too long because I don't want to get you guys, you know, caught up in a long video. Nobody wants to sit there for 20 minutes and watch a video, but you can just clearly see that there are structures everywhere. And pretty much that's going to do it for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to make this video too long. I did want to continue and show you all these structures, like there is structure everywhere. Another 90-degree angle that comes straight off and forks off this way, comes straight down and straight this way, and straight down and straight this way. It's just too coincidental for me to be a natural occurrence. I mean, if you can go ahead and find something like this on Earth, post a picture to my YouTube page, and I would love to see you know, the photos that you guys come up with, because these are not natural occurrences. Look at all these weird shapes that you got straight down this way, comes up and comes, it's really not, it's really hard to convince me that these things are natural, because there's so many different kinds of structures here. You have different shapes, you have those 90-degree angles, you have a lot of debris and a lot of stuff here. And this area, like I said before, it looks like it comes, like it zigzags. It goes this way and you have stuff underneath, comes back this way, comes back this way. It's zigzagging down, and it looks like it was devastated. This looks like you know, someplace that was bombed. You know what I mean? Like, who knows what happened on Mars millions or thousands of years ago, but this is the remnants of what is left. You know what I mean? So guys, like I said, I don't want to go ahead and run this video too long, but I just wanted to point out a lot of other things that I did miss. And you can see here that I don't even need to point things out. You guys can go ahead and pause this video and check it out. But like I said, I'm going to leave this photo without this here. I'll leave it like this on my Google Plus page. I will link that in my video's description so you guys can check this photo out for yourself. You can see my adjustments. You can see what I did. I took the original photo, I desaturated it, and if you guys have a sharpening program, you can go ahead and run it through. You can sharpen up all the edges, right? And if you take this photo, right, and you flip it, I'm going to go ahead and do that for you. You hit Command T, and I'll hold down Shift, and I'll flip it the other way. It was brought to my attention by a Facebook friend, his name was James Tracy, that this possibly could be like a castle. It looked like a castle or some huge kind of complex. And if you flip this image upside down, you do see a lot of other things that you will never notice in that photo, like these things just shooting straight up. Like, it is really just amazing what you can pull out of a photo once you concentrate on, you know, just bringing this stuff out, because honestly, you will never find it in this photo. If you'd be none the wiser to check this thing out and just say, all right, it's just a landslide, NASA's not lying to us. And like I said, I'm not going to beat up NASA too much. You know, there are people there that need to conceal this information, and, you know, it is what it is, and that's just as simple as it gets. You know what I mean? So I'm going to go ahead and take this thing here, and I'm going to flip it right back to where I was, and like I said, guys, I will link this in the video's description. You can see that there is just so many more structures in this photo, and I just wanted to go ahead and continue the part 2 on this photo. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for sticking around to the channel, guys. You guys were awesome. My supporters, you guys know who you are, and just bear with me, guys, because it's a really big struggle for me right now with back pain, and I'm trying to go ahead and produce as much content as I can when I can. And that's pretty much going to do it for me, guys. You guys know I love you, and I will see you guys in the next video. Later, guys.